Welcome back to Movie Draft House. I'm your host Mark, and it's another 5-minute review. In today's review, we're going to be talking about the 2022 sequel, horror sequel, because it's the spooky season. Terrifier 2. If you watched my previous review, I reviewed the OG Terrifier, my introduction to Art the Clown, and he is maybe my new favorite villain, slasher villain. I'm documenting here on the podcast that Ghostface Killer is my favorite slasher villain, but I think Art the Clown is my new favorite. Terrifier 2 came out in 2022. It's unrated, but it's rated R. And it runs for 2 hours and 18 minutes. Now, and it's written and directed by Damien Leone, who wrote and directed the first one. Let me explain something to you. When your original film is gore porn, and really the entire movie is just scenes of gore strung together by scenes of people running from Art the Clown, but when you have an hour and 25-minute film, and that's just really all gore porn, just gore, and your sequel is 2 hours and 18 minutes, that's almost a full hour longer than the original. It's hard for me to get behind that, right? So Terrifier 2 is a direct continuation from the first one. I mean, almost immediately. Art is back. The first one saw him, he blew his own brains out. But by the end of the movie, he's back to life. For whatever reason. We don't get an explanation. But in Terrifier 2, he is back. And we get kind of this good versus evil overarching theme, right? The character of Sienna is a young female. She's got to be early 20s, played by Lauren Lavera. And her brother, Jonathan, played by Elliot Fullman. We don't really... They live in the town that this clown, Miles County or wherever it's... But anyways, these two kids, their dad killed himself at some point prior to this film. And there is kind of some not subversion. There's hints that he might be Art the Clown. Like, that's the vibe I got. Like that this kid's dad might have been Art the Clown at some point in time. But this one, it just really pits these kids against Art, and it's a good versus evil, and we get more just kind of fantastical elements. Like, there is the supernatural evil, where it's wild. This film is wild. It is so much more. I mean, it's an hour longer, so it is just so much more than the first one, and it's got a bigger budget. So I mean, of course, this guy's going to make a longer film when he's a bigger budget. But Art the Clown is every bit of Art the Clown. He is funnier in this film. He is a more of a maniac. He and we actually get a protagonist that we want to root for. And then spoiler alert, lives. And we get this this back and forth good versus evil type thing. And so it's another real like gory film. So I don't want to tell you to watch it and you're like, oh, you told me to watch it, it's gore. But if you like the first one, you'll like this one. I'm going to go ahead and recommend it. So, but don't say I didn't warn you. Anyways, what you should do is hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content right here on the podcast. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. We're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. So give us a like, follow, subscribe. And don't forget, the podcast releases weekly, every Thursday, on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And we'll catch you next time.
Weird, you know that?
I believe him.